Welcome back to the final whistle then for another stream on the channel. Welcome to the late night whistle. Hope everyone's well. Lots to discuss tonight. How is everybody? Hope everyone is good. A lot to discuss tonight as always. Leicester City, defeat at Deepdale. This one should be a good show as always. Evening, Fatawu. We've got a lot to discuss. Bilal Khannouss, Leicester City's defeat at Preston, and Jeremy Monga making history. So we're going to discuss all that. We're going to discuss different aspects. We're going to discuss Abdul Fatawu's statement, what everyone's thoughts is on that. We're going to discuss what Marty Cifuentes said regarding Bilal Khannouss yesterday. My dad's fuming. I seen you, Dad, after the game. Big up, Andrew. Hope you're good, mate. Kyle, how are we? Fatawu, how are we? WLB, how are we? Evening, Ivan. Evening, Frank here. Evening, Caleb. Evening, Reese. Evening, the unknown. Evening, Kuno. How are we, mate? So, where do we start? Leicester City losing 2-1 against Preston North End. If anyone wants to come and have a chat, feel free. A performance that was very much dreadful yesterday at Preston. Players who want to leave the football club are not willing to put the effort in. There's a lot of unhappy fans, I'll be honest. Fans made the feelings known yesterday about the performance. And evening, Daz. I hope you're well, mate. I'll see you at Charlton on Saturday. Hi, Paul. Evening, Dawn. But just the same performances as last season. This lack of effort, lack of desire, just lack of anything. Getting shoved off the ball, getting the fight taken too, Preston had it too easy and just too slow going forward. And first off, I don't even think we had a shot on goal, did we? Not even a shot on target. So, a team put out which you thought, okay, we'll actually go and give it a go first off. We didn't against Sheffield Wednesday. We didn't against Huddersfield. So we thought this team will actually be up for this game. Was I wrong? Yeah, I was. The team started with Stolarski in goal, Vestergaard and Acolis, the two centre-backs, Luke Thomas and James Justin. See, I was surprised Justin started yesterday with all these league links. So, Mavididi, Fatawu and Jordan Ayew. Bilal Khannouss behind the front three. Midfield of Bouba Samare and Harry Winks. And you're thinking, do you know what? Start Harry Winks. We'll get it going. The team just never turned up again. Just real lack of desire to win the ball back. Just real lack of effort. Getting beaten too easy. Too busy. The balls getting pumped into the box. So easy to play against. Preston took the fight to Leicester. They expected a more difficult game. But Leicester, real shadow again of last season, where it just really crept in the mentality. Just players real out of position. Samare marking bloody shadows in space and nothing else. The defence was very much 6s and 7s. And just not good enough and too slow in going forward. Mavididi would run down the wing, no one in support of him. I just think we really struggled again to really even getting our heads into the game. Just half-arsed performance first half, Teams will not be fearing against us. Only good thing from the game is it being there to see Monga's first goal. Yeah. Link is in the chat. Reese, if you want to come on, have a chat, feel free. It's the case that Preston might be one of the top teams this season. Oh, we were that bad. We were that bad, I think. The thing is, Marty spoke about this quite highly, didn't he? When he spoke about playing for the shirt, that passion, wants to dominate games, wants to give everything in games. That's what he wants from his team, to give 100%. And then players just don't do that. I'm sorry. This is the thing. You can really feel the disconnect, can't you, between the fans and the club. Tell us what they are thinking when Mavididi decided to walk off and take the route in front of their fans and not us. Yeah. That's the thing. Preston, the first goal, dearie me, defensively, that was always going to come off at one point. That long ball over the top. And, yeah, Leicester City really struggled to really... What have I done? Give me a second. I'm just trying to change this. I don't know why it's done that. There we go. That's fine. Yeah. Right. So, yeah, that happened. And the ball over the top, who's dealing with what? Vestergaard, Thomas, Coley, just letting the players run. Thomas doesn't deal with his man. Gets beaten too easy. Stolarczyk, why the hell are you going for that ball? We never looked like we was ever going to win the ball. And he's in no man's land. We made that mistake and Preston capitalised to make it 1-0. Good goal, by the way, but we should never be putting ourselves in any of that position to even consider what that should be even happening. Stolarczyk should be nowhere near that position, in my opinion. And Preston have got their tails up from there, where they're just so easy, just getting the balls in down the line, really getting behind, easy, just hitting us with pace. I think it was Small, was it, for Preston, where he was probably their best winger all game. Just real lack of effort to get a footing. Never looked like scoring in the first half. And it sort of took its toll. It did. And this is the problem. Just nothing in the first half to say there was effort there. We tried. We gave up. Get those likes up. Yeah. 60 likes is what we've set the like target as. I think as this defines to us in these 3 days, it's only 2 games in, but please get rid of Vestergaard. My Northampton Town team lost yesterday, sadly, but very, very happy. No poor game played yesterday. Not happy. Why is nobody on the line for the fight? That's what I'm saying. You bust a gut to put that effort in. Marty has got a job on his hands with his team. You've got players who want to leave the football club who are clearly not happy. So if players are not happy, don't play them. It's as simple as that. And it does feel like it's going to be a real slog of a season. We knew it'd be tough. The championship's not easy. And these teams are going to make it difficult for us. Preston set up 5 at the back yesterday. We struggled to break it down. We go backwards, sideways, still nothing, too slow. No dynamic. But, yeah. Don't get me started. Figured the weakest link. Going to be a very long season. First off, Vestergaard was our best player. That's the thing. Vestergaard was shouting at them yesterday in defence. He was. He shouted at them, was it first half? He was telling the only word to me, he's like, well, why are you doing that? Ayu and Mavididi got me so annoyed yesterday with predictability. This is it. We're so easy to play against, Ross. This is why I look at it. We're too predictable. And just a way of the players are not trying hard enough. They're just moving around the pitch like nothing. Fatawu, effort every time. He did struggle a bit yesterday, Abdul. I love Abdul to bits, and we're going to get onto his statement very shortly. But I love Abdul. Wasn't his greatest game yesterday, I'll admit, but he tries. The effort's there. He loves the football club. Khannouss, I see why Cifuentes made the sub that he did, because it just wasn't good enough. The standards of Bilal Khannouss of what the manager expects was very below par. What was your thoughts on Abdul's measure? Yeah, I'm going to get into that shortly, mate. Martin needs to change formation to get to up front. Maybe that's what we need to do, change it a little bit more. I got the new away shirt yesterday. I didn't know LCFC was closed shop in the Outcross. When did it close and why? I'm not sure, mate, to be fair. Someone asked the manager why the players aren't responding to him. That's the thing. Daka will goal in 120 appearances. We're relying on this guy. Yeah, just like last year, no defence, no clean sheets, and no main goal scorer. No hope for us. Why was Ayu taking the corners when he should be in the box? All pissed, poor corners. Yeah. You could see how bad it was in the first half yesterday when the throw-ins are going out for a corner. The throw-ins are going down the line and out for a goal kick, sorry. Just poor throw-ins. Poor corners. No one attacking them. And, yeah, I agree. Manager digging out Bilal, not a good sign. The thing is, though, Tony, you've got to be honest with your players. It's exactly as that. And that's what I like about Marty. You've got to be honest with the players and say, you ain't pulling your weight. You're not giving me what I want. You're not giving me that 100%. I want commitment. I want fights. If you're not showing it, I'm dragging you off. It's as simple as that. If you're not good enough, you don't deserve to be on the pitch. That's where I sort of look at it. First half were dreadful. Very much dreadful. Second half, we started as we did in the first half. Just nothing going forward. Preston had chances again. Could have been 2. Could have been 3 before Monga came on. Too slow again. Too easily beaten on the ball. Just we look like passengers. That's what we look like. And this is why I sort of look at the team. We needed to be more direct, more dynamic in the game, a lot more quicker, a lot more in transition, which we're going to get on to when Monga comes on in a minute. We need a quick sense about we have nothing. Bilal didn't save your imagination. Fatawu is a try to his books and was reading by the defence. Yeah, the defence read Abdul well yesterday. I think that's plays. That's the thing with the players. Fatawu and Bilal, they have odd bad games. Most of these players who are in the team still have more than that. They have more off days than anything. Maybe it was an example taking Bilal off. Yeah, exactly. It's so you should. And this is the manager's sitch. He's sitting there and he's being straight up with it. Like, if you're not good, no, I'm dragging you off at half time. He did it with Skip against Sheffield Wednesday, brought Harry Winks on. He did it in Huddersfield game. Players who weren't good enough, he dragged them off. Ayu scoring from a corner in pre-season and like one swallow doesn't make a stunner. Ross, they have seen so much crap. It's got to them. Evening, Jack. How are we, tribe? Hope you're good, mate. But yeah, not the game itself were dreadful. Monga. Let's talk about the man himself. 57 minutes he come on, by the way. I thought he was fantastic. Fantastic, this lad. This lad is going to be a future star. This lad was incredible. He was man of the match all day. All day yesterday, man of the match. Direct, ran at the opposition. They struggled to keep up with him. Preston, North End, they had something to really think about second half. and he megged them. He took them on like it were nothing. That guy is a shining light in this team, and he gives Mavididi a run for his money. I'll be fair. Monga's only 16 years old, by the way. He's going to get better and better. Really like Monga. His attitude yesterday was really positive. He created. He linked up well. He linked up well with Winks, didn't he? Down that left, more in position. Justin was far more better when he switched to the left hand side. When he was further forward, fast. Come on, was more physical. Which we needed in the game. We needed a leader in that game yesterday, and we didn't have one. We needed to be physical, get stuck in. We didn't have that. But this is the thing. Monga, incredible play yesterday. Linked up well. We created a few more chances. We looked a bit more fresher when Monga came on. Linked up well, but Monga gets the goal. Fantastic goal, by the way. Jeremy Monga. He's now became the record at 16 years old and 37 days. Jeremy Monga has become the youngest player in history to score in the second tier of the English division. Well, the English top tier. Second tier. But he's also became Leicester City's youngest ever scorer, by the way. Jeremy Monga. The guy's got a bright future. And, yeah, it was good to see that he just weren't messing about yesterday. He got the ball back out of that net and ran to the halfway line, to get that game started, to give us a bit more oomph, a bit more, come on, lads, we can do this. But what sort of annoyed me was Monga scored, and then you got the only ones that went to him to celebrate were Fass and Fatawu. The others just they didn't give a toss. It's like jealousy or something. Like he's doing something we should be doing. We should be like that. Well, you should. Yeah, you should be doing a lot more in the game. Daka just looked around yesterday when Monga scored. Just no one approached him apart from Fass and Fatawu, which I sort of looked at him for. What's going on here? What's the mentality? The lad's 16. And he's doing a lot. He's done a lot more in them minutes than you lot have done all game. So, I don't know. He's fast flowing. He's a great player. Surely Monga starts, yeah. Fans love Monga. Shame his teammates do. It looked a bit odd. It did. When they didn't celebrate with him, only two of them did. It's like, what is going on, man? Normally full house for their next home game. That save from Iverson, yeah. Iverson. Great save. Fatawu, I thought we were going to bulge to the back of the net. Everson made some great saves in that second half to keep Preston in it. Monga will want out next because of his teammates. Poor attitude. It's great to have a player that gets our bums off seats when he's on the ball. Tackling. I agree. And how many players can we say about that in the last few years? They can really get us off our seats. Was Heskey the previous young goal scorer? I believe might have been. Jeremy Monga, cracking player. Yeah, noticed Daka didn't celebrate. Well, the players know Monga is showing up. The crap surrounding him. Yeah. Do you know what? He's showing the experienced players how it's done and how to score and how to do a lot more in a game. If you can do your best and get it, players, you reap the rewards. And that's what I saw looking at the Preston TikTok page. I've done Leicester dirty. Yeah, I've seen that. But yeah, guys, as always, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new and you haven't subscribed already. Please get down and do so. It'd help me out massively. I'd really appreciate it. We're going to go on to David Ornstein soon. But I actually want to touch on the whole this. This is what I want to touch. This is my sort of picture, still picture of the second goal. This is the sitch, right? This is the second goal. I would have fast forwarded it a couple of minutes, but I sort of took it from the video. We look at their second goal, Preston, the late goal here, right? So Samore, Akole have got to stop that cross coming in. Vestergaard has got to basically break his neck to get a foot on that and get that clear. He's got to deal with it. He's got to block that from even reaching the Preston players' feet to score. He's got to get that out straight away. He's got to, when that ball comes in, he's got to be the first one to that ball. It starts to Larsic. He's got to be off his line. He's got to probably take every single one of them out. Just do what you need to do. If you need to take Vestergaard out and the bloody Preston player, do so. Come for the ball. Come for it. Because that were a position where a goalkeeper could actually come for that. Vestergaard, he was all right in the game. He weren't the worst player at all, to be fair. But that goal, it's got to be better dealt with. The thing is with Preston, they caught us on the counter-attack many a times. Akole, he's got to push that player out of play, take him out. You know, if I were Vacileski or Wes Morgan, they're going straight through it. Simple as that. And that's what we need, ruthlessness. Positions like that, we learned that against Huddersfield when they scored. Samore and Hamza, one of them should have been taking that Huddersfield player and taking him, well, not physically out in the penalty box, but stopping him from getting that shot away. And then they scored. So the Preston one again, Akole and Samore have got to do better. They've got to really push that man out of play. Don't let him get that crossing. Block that from coming in. It's the basics, which we were getting wrong again yesterday. The basics of football. Monga were doing the basics fantastically well. Man of the match. Unbelievable. But it's things like this that annoy me, where they're just allowing the ball to come in so easy. And this is what Preston were loving yesterday. They were just getting the ball in like nothing. Like they'll think, well, Leicester's not going to challenge me. We're going to get this in here. It's going to be easy to get it in. But Fast, people blame Fast. But Vestergaard's got to deal with that first. Vestergaard's got to be the man that deals with that. Or Stolarczyk comes out, or Samore and Akole take that Preston player out on the wing. Simple as that. But yeah, it's annoying. It really is annoying conceding goals like that, like half-hearted bloody defending. You know. Hello, Ellis. How are we, mate? Why didn't Vestergaard just slide in? Yeah, there's a few fans. There's a couple of fans that have said that, but mate, do you know what? We need changes in the hierarchy. I'll be fair. Top does need support. He needs a proper football advisor to come and help him. He does. To really get us on track and push us in the better direction, you know. I don't think it's capable of slide. There shouldn't have been much space on that left-hand side yet. Teams know a lack of pace in sorting it out. How much longer are we putting in? How much longer are we picking Samore? I don't know, mate. Do you think Sam is... I'm not sure. Not sure, mate. I don't know what the chat think, but I'm not sure. It's probably another debate to have for another day, to be fair, mate. But let me know what you think, Ellis. But yeah, it just winds me up. It does. You know, when a player like Monga is doing the better than some of these experienced type of players, you know. We have to beat Charlton. Yeah. I know it's early days in the Championship and it's a new era for Marty. But these players, it's a real issue with the mentality. It's the mentality that's the problem. You had full time yesterday. I know someone took a video of Harry Winks, didn't they, walking down the tunnel. Turned his back and went down the tunnel. Didn't even applaud the Leicester fans or anything. Someone was on about Hamza. Something about Ricardo pulling him away, which I didn't see myself. So, yeah, it's crazy. It is. You get behind the team, of course you do. We follow them through thick and thin as fans, home and away, like myself. But it's frustrating when players put in them types of performances, which is it's just madness, and that's got kind of pisses you off. Half-hearted performances. Jordan Ayew and Daka did not like scoring yesterday. Daka does chase the ball, of course he does. He does press, but we need to be scoring goals. Football's not just about running. If you're a striker, you need to score goals. Under Enzo, we went months without losing. Yeah. Just arrived. Hello, Dave. I'm thinking the manager doesn't know his team. Plus, nothing will be settled till the window is closed. Yeah, the window, like Marty says, wish the window had closed early on. To be fair, a dog chases the ball. Exactly. You want a bit more hunger, a bit more ruthlessness in the team. We need a leader, someone on the pitch. That's why he missed Ricky P yesterday. It wasn't obviously fit to play, but this is it. We're just so open. Teams counter-attack to us. I feel like all the players, apart from Monga, Fatawu tried. He did. He just had a bad day at the office yesterday, Abdul, which, it's something in a different thing that he does have a bad game, to be fair. It's odd that he does. But that defender defended him well yesterday. Was it the left back and the left winger? Yeah. I reckon Winks is no good with Ricky P before the game. Problem is half of these players are going to be sold because if we're banging trouble. The thing is, though, they're not going to be sold unless we can get the money for them. This is the thing. Bring back Vardy. I don't think that's going to happen, mate. I think we've moved on from there. Thierry Smalls, that were it. He had a good game for Preston. He was their best player, I thought. Have you brought all the shirts? Not every single one of them. No, I've got the home one and the second one, sorry. I've got both. I use my Fox's reward points, you see. So I kind of use them. Which, to be fair. But let's get on to the statement from Abdul. Let's have a look. So Abdul said, so disappointed about the game. This guy's a passionate player, man. He clearly loves the club. But he was saying that they believe that the Foxes never quit. Then it's too early at this stage of the season. Seeing fans leave stadium so early when we are down by one. Yesterday we were never down by one goal though. In the opening minutes, no one were leaving at that time. Like, I get what he's saying about the mentality thing and that fans should be staying and supporting the team. I get it. Like, he has a right to express his opinion. Maybe it could have been worded a lot more better, this statement, but, this is the best time we need you. You can't be celebrating with the team and don't want to lose with the team. Yeah, and I agree with it. We should always back the team through thick and thin. I know the thing is, Leicester City is a bloody roller coaster, isn't it? This is a game of football, and you can't be winning every time. So we need to be everyone on side, so you can just be proud to celebrate victories. Yeah, I get it. But the team, like I say, it's passion. This whole statement's passion. What's that? Sunderland joined the race for Leicester Star and Brentford and Fiorentina interest. Who's that then? To be fair, a number of players out of contract next season. Yeah, imagine Terry Sims. Sunderland apparently joined the race to sign Harry Winks, is it? Is it Winks? Do players believe we are a toxic fan base? I'm not sure, mate, to be fair. Probably. Abdul, we won around 5 games in 18 months. But then he goes on to say, sticking together, strong to make a team, get what they deserve. Thanks for all the travelling fans for your support. We need more, and congrats to Monga. Yeah. I get it. Like, I get where he's coming from. And, that's the way it is. I get the passion behind the statement, and the thing is, fans are frustrated in it. We pay hard-earned money to go and watch Leicester City week in, week out, and players just need to understand the frustration of fans. If they're not putting in the effort, like, what do they expect us to say? Just sit there on our hands and not say anything at all? That's what kind of annoys me, to be fair. But yeah, build up to the Christmas period. See, yeah, that's the thing. Like, it's frustrating. It is, and fans have a right to voice their opinion. Each to their own, whatever, but things are not good on and off the pitch. They're not. There's a lot of questions that still need to be answered regarding what's happening with the transfer business, what's happening with everything else, the mentality of the players, and it's difficult. We're in a difficult period. We're in a real tough period at Leicester, fans and obviously the players, but I don't know. Piss poor yesterday, Jack. Yeah, exactly. You need players that actually want to give it a go, though. We've got a lot of players that just want out, and at least he's saying something like the other player. Exactly. Yeah, that's what I big up Abdul for. He's actually coming out and saying something. None of the other players are doing that. Sunderland in for wings. I hope he hasn't looked at us since interest. If Marty continues playing the name, then he's a fool. This sort of gets sacked, make changes. Yeah. Like the booing, I don't understand it when we are losing 1-0 and playing all right. It was dog shit, and losing 3-0 like the Wolves game, of course, boo, but that wasn't that at the Wednesday game. Oh, Jesus Christ. Ross, I'm hoping you've actually got something interesting to say, because what's your thoughts on Abdul's statement?
I get his frustration. At the end of the day, he's not just a player; he's a human being too. So, you have rights to voice your opinion. People just don't like it because it's the truth, and I get it. I understand it completely. He's not said,
They have got to understand the fans' frustration, though.
Yeah, I understand. And
if you're not performing, like, what did he expect? Like, and you're losing games, in the fashion that you do lose games. You're not exactly giving everything in the game and losing 1-0, are you? You're just doing half-hearted performances. I'm not saying that's Abdul. I'm just talking about other players in general. At least
it's come out and had the bollocks to say the proper statement, not like a generic PR statement. So, but what gets me... so I love that. I love that one just then. But no... listen, again, and I noticed it was liked by Bobby D. Cordova-Reid as well. But that picture you just got then.
Which one?
The Abdul thing.
Yeah.
Have you noticed it's liked by Bobby Reid?
Yeah, we're liked by a few others. James Justin. I think Matt Hermanson liked it as well, even though he had
I get it to a certain degree. I said yesterday, I put in a comment just earlier.
So it's probably too early for us to come out with statements like that, though.
Maybe, but at the same time, some are just upset that
when Madison did it, like, we were fuming.
Well, he had more of a go at finger, didn't it? More the Rob Tanner, yeah.
Yeah.
But obviously, I get it.
I mean, yesterday, and it was shocking.
It was. I mean, I said it on my
below par.
I said it on my vlog. That first half was one of the worst first starts I've seen in a long time. Very, very lackluster. Mavididi and Ayew were just predictable all the time. Mavididi with his step overs. So I can't do it with my legs, but I'll do it with my hands. The step overs. Do you know what? His knockout did it, and he was frustrating to do it. Don't get me wrong, I love knockout, but my God, sometimes when he sees them step over and didn't do anything, it used to annoy me. And that's what Mavididi's doing. Ayew yesterday, all he's doing is holding the ball. He's not even doing anything. And what annoyed me yesterday with Ayew, just
I agree, Michael.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. I honestly,
he's a passionate player and loves this football club, and he wants the best for this football club. He's probably a few of the players that actually do, and that's why I picked up Abdul with coming out what he said.
I mean, it was concerning.
he wants that togetherness bond. But then it's all right asking the fans that. What about your teammates? Go and say that to them and say, you know what, the fans aren't happy with how you performed. Go and show that you actually care. Go and show that you can put effort in. Because if the teammates not doing that, how do you expect the fans to do it?
I get it. And even 25 to 30 minutes in, I went to go and get a quick drink because my mouth was very dry. And I'm not joking. I think I probably saw, I'd say about 300, 400 fans. Maybe I know exaggerating. But just all down there, having more of an atmosphere in the concourse than there were the actual stands itself. I don't know. Maybe I'm just looking into that too much. I don't know.
Maybe it's cool like what you see on the pitch. Exactly. Yeah. You know, I were frustrated yesterday. I were annoyed with the game.
No. Yeah, even the dog's frustrating. Even the dog's frustrated with the performance. I get it. You go goal there.
Yeah, I was annoyed with the performance yesterday. Yeah, very much so. You know, I expect better from this team. I expect them to go and give everything. That's what you expect. The bare minimum, isn't it, Ross? Every game, go and give everything and leave it out on the pitch. If you tried, fantastic. You know, and you did lose, then okay, fair enough. You lost because you just wasn't just good enough. But the fact is, it's how you lose what pisses me off.
Yeah, I think that I agree 100%. And that second goal, honestly, the amount of space that was on that left-hand side prior to whether Vestergaard or Faz, doesn't matter whose fault it was, there should never have been that much space on that left-hand side. It was prior, I think, we're down the left-hand side with Monga, and then next minute, there's nobody on that left-hand side. And I'm just like, what is going on?
Too much space at times.
Yeah.
To get into a lot more.
And I would say, you know when your team's performing bad, when our best player in the first half was Vestergaard. I said, I'm not saying he was the best ever in that, but he was at least putting the tackles in. And yeah, exactly. You know, great comment there. Every Leicester fan can accept losing as long as they put the effort in, as long as they leave all on the pitch. It is. And so when they don't put in the effort, it's the frustrations. People have paid a lot of money. I get Abdul's statement. There's no right and there's no wrong in it. I think it's just it's there. Some people just are moaning about it because it may seem the truth.
Some fans feel like it's come out at the wrong time.
But when is the time? That's the big question. You know, do we do it? Does he do it next week against Charlton? Does he do it next week after against Birmingham or Oxford?
Would we rather players not say anything at all?
I'd rather them come out
and then carry on what we're doing.
Because end of the day, the more silence there is, the more concerning it gets. You know, this is going back to owners a minute in general. You know, you look at.
It's disappointing that Leicester fans are leaving after. No one left after the.
No, we didn't leave, and that right. So this is why I wanted to come on, because they didn't leave. It was just they're more in the concourse before half time. So they didn't leave. I went to go get a drink. My mouth was really dry, so I went to go quickly get a drink, and I saw quite a lot in the concourse. Maybe they went to go get a drink early. I don't know, but they were creating more of an atmosphere downstairs than they were upstairs. So.
Ross Marty, he said he wasn't very happy with Bilal's performance, which I can understand. He had an off day yesterday. Obviously, there's a lot of speculation about his future.
Yeah.
With players of his quality, I expect a lot better. He can do a lot better. No, I agree.
Yeah.
I was not happy with the whole performance in the first half, but the whole team, it's just not just about Bilal.
It comes out.
About what Marty's saying. He expects a lot more, not just from Bilal, but the whole team. He wants a team who's going to give everything to do a lot, you know.
He's not a yes man as well. So the interviewer asked him why was Bilal subbed off, and he's not going to go, just wasn't feeling it. He said straight. He said he wasn't.
Louis, who are you actually talking about, mate? You a Leicester fan? I'm just trying to.
I was probably on about yesterday, but
I hope you're good, mate, by the way.
Can we just talk about how? I mean, like I said, it was a bad performance yesterday, but Luke Thomas, oh my God, he honestly. I know Ayew and Mavididi frustrated me yesterday.
Yeah.
But Jesus Christ, Luke Thomas, they're always doing that going backwards all the time, and oh my God, it's frustrating me. And I've stuck up for Thomas a lot, and you know that, Jack. I've stuck up for Luke Thomas a lot. He frustrated me so much yesterday. Just does me head in. But the first goal, just want to go back on that a minute. Don't come out of your net.
The goalkeeper should be nowhere near that.
I couldn't believe it when I saw it. I was like, what is he doing?
The defence should be doing a lot more better.
I was sat next to big up Steve. I was actually sat next to Steve for the entire game yesterday. And I was just like, what on earth is Stilasich doing? You know, I get we all make mistakes. I get that. That was a mistake yesterday. You know, I just could not believe what he was doing. What he doesn't need to be out there.
We're a little one-way Vestergaard about to let him score a third. If it went for Stilasich, it'd have been 3-1.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I get that. And I said, I'm not saying Stilasich had a bad game.
It gets you mad, innit? Like the defending.
It frustrated me yesterday.
It's schoolboy errors.
It's more than midfield.
It's the basics we got wrong again. Yeah. You know, he wants a bit more fluency. You know.
Yeah, it's more than midfield in my opinion. I think.
Well.
Oh no, I don't. I disagree with that one.
I don't think we go down. Do you know what, Louis? Someone questioned me today and they said, "Jack, do you think someone will do a Luton?" I said, "Nah." I don't.
If we get performances like that, then that's a conversation for a different time.
Potentially, we could look at putting Fass as a centre defensive bid. To be fair, probably be better off.
To be fair, when Fass came on, at least he was trying to roll.
He likes to get forward, doesn't he? Well, Fass.
You're not kidding.
If you come out from that, you are at very least to clatter the goalkeeper. Well, I made it. Hello, gentlemen. Hello. Ross, Bilal Khannouss continue to reject Palace's approaches for Bilal. An improved bid was turned down yesterday. Palace are expected to come in again this week. Let's have a look, actually, Ross, at what David Ornstein's had to say.
Khannouss at Leicester City. They've made an approach for him. There was a release clause with him. That has also expired, so it will take a negotiation, and it won't be easy with Leicester.
It would take a negotiation, but it won't be easy with Leicester. The relegation, the release clause is gone completely. Good. Leicester could do what Southampton did and basically stick 50 million on his head. Because that's what I'd do to keep him. I would. Like, if Southampton can sit there and say, we want 50 million for Tyler Diblin and we want 60 million for Matheus Fernandes, do that with Bilal.
At the end of the day, we shouldn't be bullied into going for low amounts. Right. You know, at all. And obviously, years ago,
that's just disrespectful, frankly.
Yeah. Do you know what though? The begs the question: does that mean Eze's leaving Crystal Palace? Because that isn't that Eze's position, if I'm not mistaken.
He did. There was a time after today's game, I think it was Chelsea game, sort of like clap the fans and was it a goodbye type of thing. Tottenham are obviously not made a bid yet, but I'm not sure.
But obviously, Khannouss, if he really loves the club, if he really wants to go, he should put a transfer request in, and we'll respect that decision if he wants to go. But if he really loves this club, you know, obviously we don't mind sticking a £50 million tag on him.
Yeah.
I mean, after yesterday, I mean, Mads Hermansen, I mean, it depends. I mean, them goals I saw concede yesterday.
It looked like Danny Ward with a third goal he conceded. I was thinking, bloody hell, mate, you all right? Like,
but can we just talk when we talk about goalkeepers?
Sunderland's 3-0 up. I was like, nah. Now I looked at Wrexham's result yesterday. I looked at the highlights. Connor Cody defending for one of them goals. He'd lost his man completely. Danny Ward for the second West Brom goal beat his front post again.
You know what's going to happen now? They're going to save their performances for when they play us. That's exactly what's going to happen. But another thing as well, I want to touch on goalkeepers. Daniel Everson yesterday, I thought man at match for Preston yesterday.
Great save.
Oh, what
I expected that to go in. I don't even understand how he got down to that.
The usual in Britain, you know, when you're watching a game and you go, yeah! I did exactly like that yesterday.
I was frustrated to think, you know what, if he saved that and we've had a chance, are we actually going to score? And then it's just like, okay. But let's have a look at Monga's goal.
He's in there for the taking. Shoot!
There we go. That's a bit more like it. Do you know what? He's the youngest goal scorer in Leicester City history, by the way, Jeremy Monga now.
Who was it previously, do you know?
See, I
Was
would
it
think,
Ashley? I was Ashley Chambers. Could have been.
well,
Or Paddy Oates.
he's the youngest appearance maker.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Unless
So
it's Paddy Oates, I don't know. We'll have to look into that.
I was sort of thinking Emil Heskey, but I wasn't sure.
I'll have to look into that. But no, it was a good, very well taken goal yesterday. Was it Jude Bellingham or Joe Bellingham? It'd be Jude Bellingham's right. Okay, I saw that yesterday, and I was saying I was talking to some fans for the game. I said, "Oh, honestly, Monga is future."
Leicester are going to get promotion this season. You stopped us getting top 4. You bumheads, low. I thought you was a Leicester fan. You know what? I knew you was having me on. I sort of knew it. Like some of the comments you'd said.
Do you know what that is? That's called being rattled because you stopped us getting top 4.
I tell you what, Louis, mate, it was a great game at the City Ground last night.
How's it? I just off topic. How does it?
It was a hot day though. My mate
How
said,
does it feel?
12-0, and I was like, what?
How does it feel then that your little neighbours, who basically prior to that scored about 5 goals in about 20 games, came to the City Ground, scored 2 goals, one from a player that was a bag of crap in Connor Cody, and one that wasn't even our player. But Buonanotte. Buonanotte did a favour before he went back to Brighton. So your best team drew with our worst team. Just saying that.
Yeah. It was our worst team.
Yep.
It were.
I mean, probably. Do you know what? Probably the best part about yesterday's game was probably prior to the game, and we both know what that is.
Ross,
the most infamous jacket potato ever.
So then, we got beaten by, you like to call it, Jacket Potato FC.
Smubro FC.
What are you expecting in the next 2 weeks from Leicester in the transfer window? Looking at this squad, if you could pick 3 to leave, and then talk about positions to come in, where are we looking?
So,
who do you think could potentially leave? I think Bilal stays.
Yeah. Oh, because Palace will not offer 50 million quid unless they're getting rid of Eze. That's what I believe. Because why would you bring in a centre attacking midfielder if Eze is there? So that's what I'm asking the question. If they sell, if Eze goes to Tottenham or wherever, then I think it will be more of a likely thing that an Khannouss goes. But until then, he's a Leicester player. He's happy at the club. He's not once come out and said, "I'm not happy." He
just looked very unsettled.
Well, yesterday.
The reports, and that's
maybe that's getting him down, because obviously you always see him report. You always see in the media. Media always try and stir. They always stir shit up.
Players.
Well, we don't know.
They're exploring other options as well, which is a good thing, because they've made a bid for Club Brugge's midfielder today, which they've been knocked back with. Indeed, he got booked and subbed today. Really?
Wow.
As they said goodbye to the Palace fans. Yeah, that one's going to be done. Stating the obvious, we need a goal scorer. Yeah, agreed. We definitely need a goal scorer. Unlike Winks, making it obvious he wants to leave. Ross, what did you make to that? Harry Winks.
Have you got the clip? So I
saw the clip. I saw it when Hamza got all the Leicester players to come over.
Yeah, what happened with that with Charlie? Because from my view, because I was still at the top. From my view,
I didn't see it personally.
From what I saw, it looked like someone said something to Charbrough. I don't know what was said, but it looked like he got frustrated about it. So again, if anyone's got a clip of that or anything, send it to the whistle. And because we want to know. Like playing Leicester. Well, I said, did you like us when we cost the Champions League? No.
If not passing,
our passing was terrible yesterday. Anyway.
Well, yeah. So Harry Winks walking down the tunnel. Didn't even come over to the Leicester fans. We discussed it. Like I've said with players, Ross, if they don't want to be here, and that's the mentality of some of these players, you get rid because it's only like it's sort of based on your sort of thing, really, isn't it, of how you want to go forward this season. You can't keep unhappy players. You think you can't, and it's a bad apple in the cart, isn't it? You need to get rid of that bad apple.
Yeah, I mean, I said we did the thing with Fofana, and then puts in the way that was handled was pretty bad.
If the players have sat there and openly said to the manager, "I want to leave. I don't want to play for this club anymore. I have got moves in different areas that I can go to." Leicester should be saying, "Okay, then we'll get a transfer fee for you, and then we'll sell you if the right price comes in. Until then, you play for this club and you give everything for this club." And if they're not willing to do that, like yesterday, some of them, then that's the thing.
This is what frustrates me, Jack, in general, in football players in general. So if they want to lead, that's fine. But why would you do a half-hour job at it?
I agree with that.
Do you know, like obviously, if a player wants to leave, fair enough, but don't do a half-hour job, because then the team that are coming after you, they're like, "Oh, hang on a minute, he's not doing. He's doing half the job. He's not doing very well at the minute. He's bothered. He wants to come to the club." So this is what frustrates me. If I was playing for a football, let's say I'm playing for Leicester, right? And I thought, I would never want to leave, by the way, if I became a Leicester. But if for any reason I did, I would say I may leave the club, but I'm going to give it my 100% before I go. That's what you should have the mentality. Stick to it. Jamie Vardy, when he announced he was leaving, he still gave everything to the club, even though we were down, relegated the lot. He still gave it his all. Even though he was leaving, he hadn't left for another club yet or anything, but he still gave it all. Which is what gets me with players. Why would you go? You get paid a lot of money to do a half-assed job about it. You know. Oh,
I'm just wondering if Steve's got the clip.
Yes. I'm not sure, because I was sat next to him yesterday. And stuff like that, we'll see. But just while you're looking into that, it just annoys me. Would you drop Thomas or Vestergaard? I would drop Thomas. Vestergaard, probably no. Like I say, only because again, in the first half, Vestergaard did some good blockages and stuff like that. Second half, again, you can say it's that his fault for the goal, or Faz's or Cola's, but there should never have been that much space on that left-hand side in the first place. Otherwise, the Preston player wouldn't have gone down so far down the wing. So we can do the blame game all we want. Do you know what? So there's a comment here. So Ross, you're from Sheffield. Yes. You probably watched Harry Souttar play for Sheffield United more than us. Do you think someone like Souttar could fix our defence? Because our defence is so bad. That's great, except he's injured until at least December.
Yeah.
Also, otherwise, we'd be having a conversation about Harry Souttar in that back line. Because obviously, when I saw him play last, I did see him play a bit last season. You know, when I was watching games on Championship,
Right.
and Souttar was the rock.
So I've got the video.
I think he got some breaking news. Well, there's always breaking news on this whistle.
Steve, how are we, mate?
Yeah, not bad. How are we doing, guys?
Big up, Steve.
Right. I have got
I'm sorry about yesterday, pal.
I have got
What's
the
that?
video via Chloe.
What was that? Sorry, Steve.
I'm sorry about yesterday, Ross. I was a bit pissed off with the game yesterday. So it wasn't you. It was
Apparently, he kicked the chair and you shit yourself, Ross.
When was that?
I made you. Do you know when they scored the second? I kicked the chair and you went, "Oh."
Did I?
Yeah. I was like,
remember. I just remember.
I think like from the kickoff, like most of the time I just watch football and I don't pay attention. But I'm just like, when you're talking to me and they're like, But yeah, I got really pissed off with the game. Like,
it's fine. What? No, I think that's funny. I got to admit, but it was just so frustrating yesterday. And do you know what? Compared to the last time we went to Preston, it was one of the best days of our lives, and yesterday was the complete opposite, I would say. And the atmosphere wasn't great yesterday. I've got to admit, I don't think it was as good as I before. Not as bad. I mean, I weren't expecting it to be as good as before, but we need to put more effort in.
Let me ask you something, Steve. Big up Chloe, by the way. Credit to Chloe on her X. Steve, obviously Sunderland are now being reported to be interested in Harry Winks. is it the case you think he could very much go this summer, or what's your sort of thinking to what his mentality is?
So, do you want me to be completely honest? And is it past Watershed?
Yeah, it's 10 to 10.
It's not 10 o'clock yet, so yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll be PG then.
What? No, it's 9 o'clock.
The useless prick can piss off. I don't care. I don't want him at the club anymore. He's got the goals of him to think that he could just walk off down the fucking touchline after that performance and that sort of lack of effort and trying.
Yeah.
Get him gone. I will drive him to Sunderland for free. I'll chuck him in the back of the van. I don't care at this point. Like, Harry Winks is an absolute disgrace. And I say that as somebody that is a Harry Winks fan. I think he could do a job in this team. But if you've got no sort of wits about you to think, okay, these fans have travelled quite far.
I didn't see it. I didn't see it, to be fair.
Oh, mate,
I just didn't see it. I seen them all come across, but I just didn't see one just gone that thing. But the thing is, if you get the fee for these players, then you get rid of them, get somebody else in. But obviously, Leicester are up and straight in the Swan. Skull Belfast, how are we, pal? Is Elmer sausage lover by any chance? You like a good pork sausage or Lincolnshire or something like that?
Well, I'm in Lincolnshire, so I quite I'm quite partial to a sausage at times. Give me a sausage roll. If I go to Greg's, if I go abroad, me and my wife always sort of come back, and if we fly from Stansted, there's a Greg's not far from outside of Stansted. Always get a sausage roll when we get back. Fills you up for the drive home.
I want to touch quickly on you, Monga, before we look at ending the stream. What's your thoughts on Monga?
Outstanding yesterday. I'll be honest, there was a bit where it was up against that defender and his back faced the goal, and he did this little flick round with his heel that went through the player's leg, and he took it past him. Oh, I was making some noise. Let me tell you, it was incredible. The lad is a generational talent for sure. He's got quite a lot of positives. I mean, there are some bits that I did say that he needs to work on his final product. He proved yesterday that he was. What does that mean? I thought
you were a sausage lover.
Is he implying that I'm bisexual? Does that mean anything? Who cares? Anyway, he's outstanding. Like as a young 16-year-old, he's somebody that has a very bright future in football, and he's skillful, which is a lot of wingers can do the tricks, but they can't. Like, look at Mavididi. He can do a step over that takes 10 minutes to do one, but he's very good. So
step overs, that's an understatement yesterday. The amount of step overs he did, it was just stood there like, got to be so frustrated yesterday. But I'll tell you what, Monga starts against Charlton.
Right, I tell you what, right. So Louis Page, Monga, and Olabodi Aluko for Charlton, which is the last question. Do you start all three?
Yes.
I mean, let's be honest. Harry Winks he shouldn't play a game again for this football club. Samari isn't good enough, as we saw yesterday. At least with Page, we saw against Huddersfield that he's quite tidy on the ball, and he's a good lad to have around the side because he brings the energy, and that's what the younger lads do. They bring the energy, and there's been a lot of criticism towards the away fans yesterday in regards to how we reacted in the game, but. Yeah. I find that if the players aren't going to turn up for 90 minutes, because we chanted for a very long time in that first half, and they didn't improve at all. And then second half came round, and you saw when Daka came on, there was a bit of a murmuring, but he put in a couple of tackles, and the whole we roared like it was great. So the young lads, I don't think they care about that sort of stuff. They just want to go out there and win some games. So yes, Aluko for me should start for sure over Thomas because he's dog water. Page should definitely start over Samara 100%. And Monga, he's bringing more to the team than Mavididi is. Who's just slow.
I want to ask you both this question. It sounds like that. Is it concerning that all our goals so far have not come from any strikers? You look at the goals, all competitions. Faz, Westergaard, centre backs. Monga, winger. Winks, midfielder. Childrate, or wherever he plays these days. Childrate, midfielder / defender. It's very concerning. Don't get me wrong. Like to see other players score, which is great. But it's very concerning when the striker has not scored a single goal yet at all.
So, what I say about Marty's tactics is that he likes his wingers to get into goal scoring opportunities. So, that. But then I don't think. Well, you see, Ayew yesterday, he kept. Do you know? You guys, when he got the ball and he'd hold the ball up and then just not pass it off to anybody, like, you're a striker, mate. Have a shot. Have a shot. That's what you're there for. And then you've got. Hang on. I'm not. Yeah.
You get part by Scott's comment.
Is it appropriate? I don't know. Whatever. Yeah. Daka, he put some effort in, but he just wasn't good enough yesterday. Ayew can hold the ball up, but the at times that we were frustrated where he was just holding on to it for too long. We need a striker. We're crying out for a striker, and it's really stressful watching football when you know that when they get into the final third, there's nobody in the box. And also, did you talk about Ayew's corner kicks yesterday?
Poor.
We've
no one even attacked him either.
No, but to be fair, it's hard to attack a corner when it is 10 yards past the 6-yard box and there's nobody there. And this is the guy that's meant to be, and he took the free kicks as well. Like, he's just not good enough. And I could turn a corner slightly with Ayew, where I think he could do a job in this league, but he needs to not drop back into midfield. Stay up
so much. Yeah. I mean, obviously, the amount of corners that we had yesterday, and then it just kept going flying over. Oh, it was so frustrating. Obviously, we were both standing next to each other, Steve, and we were just getting on our titties. It was just annoying.
The sun was baking yesterday. It rocked.
You're not kidding now. Absolutely roasting. I mean, sorry, just want to briefly, just off topic a second. How amazing was that jacket potato?
That was probably the best thing I saw yesterday. Monga's goal. So
yeah, the celebration of the fans after that goal went in, like, to see a 16-year-old come on and score your first goal. I was the guy next to me started like trying to jump on my back, and it wasn't Ross. I was expecting
it wasn't me.
It's the other guy. It's the other guy. It was fantastic. But
I actually got the goal as well.
I think like the frustrating bit is that, as you know, Jack, the travelling up there, it took us so much longer than it should have done because of the crash on the M6. It was 4 hours to get there for me, and then it was a 3-hour trip back. It's a 7-hour round trip to watch some players not even give a shit. And you spend the money, like they get paid to do that. We don't get paid. But
that's the thing. If you don't do your job, you get sacked.
I mean, like I say, everyone's travelling up from everywhere, and you want them to see at least putting in a performance. Like I say, you travel up from Leicester.
It depends when you go to the chippy, mate. It's what you ask for, isn't it?
Don't be a bad choice. I can't. I've got to have fish and chips. So, but I travel up from Sheffield.
We've already touched on it. Me and Ross touched on it. Steve, I do sympathise with Abdul. The way he spoke about his passion and that, I sympathise with him. Is it the right time? You never know. You never know when the right time is for these things, do you? But at the end of the day, at least you don't want players to sit there in silence. You actually want players to come out and say something, and that's what you want after a game. Marty does it, doesn't he, after every game, and he speaks about what's good and what isn't. So that's what you sort of want from your players, that they're saying that they, okay, we wasn't good enough, but you as fans need to help us along the way as well. But I do sympathise with him. But then I also did say to Ross, like, at the end of the day, he's got to sort of see that some of the players that he's playing with are not giving it what the fans want to see. So you can see it from both sides. Surely he's got to understand the frustration of the fans of why they sort of got annoyed with it yesterday, but that's the way football is.
So I'm as I said on Twitter earlier, that like I love Fatawu. I love Abdul. He's one of the only sort of bright spots at this football club at the moment. But my issue was, like, I feel like you need to turn around and internalize that with the players that you're around, because the fans were chanting. We were giving it all for that first half. There was lots of chants. I started a fair few, and so did Ross. You know, we were screaming for a long time.
We were like the duo together yesterday, trying to get him going.
Yeah, and the only time, so I understand the booing at halftime. Look, I'm not sure. Like, if you pay the money, you're entitled to do what you want to do. Simple. I'm not going to tell people if they should boo or they can't boo, because that they pay the money. They can do what they like. But for him to come out and say that we need to back the players, you know, for 90 minutes, that's all well and good. But you've got to understand, Abdul, that we're going to be backing the players that are going to try. If you've got players in the team that aren't trying, then why should we support those players? Because they don't care. That, you know, there's nobody busting their ass off to join the attack yesterday or get back and defend. There's the second goal we conceded was in the 87th minute, which I don't agree with him saying people leaving early. People leaving early between sort of 90 and 95 minutes when the game was basically gone. I get it. I understand it. It is what it is. But it's an AirPod. Look, they're my AirPods. It's just headphones. But like, I understand what he says, and I agree that we should get behind the lads and support as long as we can. But there's only so much energy that a fan base can put in, and if we're not getting anything back, we're not going to carry on. And you know, it's really frustrating because this club is a lot of our lives. We follow it home and away. I've cancelled plans because games have fallen on days where I want to go watch the game instead of doing other things.
Mm-hmm.
They get paid hundreds of £1,000s a year, millions of pounds a year to play football. Put the effort in. It's the least you can do. If you don't want to be here, fuck off. I don't want you here. Sorry, I'm very, very angry.
Right, boys, we're going to leave it there. Thanks for coming on, Steve. I know it was short and brief, but it's got bloody things to do tomorrow, haven't we? So, we're going to end it there. Steve, thanks for coming on. We will catch you next week for the predictions and that.
Yep. Yeah. Are you doing a late night whistle tomorrow?
Depending on Leicester's transfers and that, and what we sort of look at. So, I appreciate you coming in.
Well, I'm free if you're about. So,
cool.
You know, if you do want, drop me a message.
No worries. Say that, Steve. Ross, thanks for coming on, mate.
All right, thank you.
All right, cheers. Right, that is it from me. Thanks to everyone for coming in. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you do. Really appreciate it. Thanks to everyone for coming in for a chat about sausages and bloody everything else, you know. But it's been an interesting debate and that. But take care, everyone. Really appreciate it. And we should be back some point this week to chat about different things around Leicester City. But I'll catch you soon. Keep it the final whistle. Good night. I'll catch you soon.